Oh, what's up, OG? Yeah, this is the contact wheel that it came with. Right there. Platinum I made, and then I bought these 3-inch contact wheels off of Amazon. I have a second one over here, just in case. And then I got a 6-inch as well. It's actually really handy. It's you can just fit up this little bit right in there. It's kind of hard to see what the scale's done, but that bit right in there fits your thumb real nice. So, yeah. Let's see. All right, no surprises. All right. What I usually do, just flatten the pins off. You can grind the thing flat if you want. One thing that's weird, not sure if you can tell, but the belt's running at a little bit of an angle to the flatness. So you can see it's pretty much flush here, but there's some room there, which is weird and a little bit concerning, but it still works. So it's been doing great. I mean, I've just been running it, but I haven't noticed any problems with it bogging down or anything. Although, my drill press was giving me a lot of shit yesterday. So, it was great. But no, this one's been fine. I'm not running it like lightning fast, but it's going. And it hasn't given me any trouble. So we just got the profile there. And I like to taper them a bit. We'll probably use the tilt table for this actually. That would be a good thing to use this for. I pretty much never use like this, the tiltableness of it, you know. But when I do use it, it's pretty nice. Tapering it a little bit. I'm probably going to grind it down a little bit more so it's not quite so fat. Like this is pretty thick and this one's still way thicker. So yeah. It's early afternoon here, so no. Switch over to 36. Take this material off a little faster. Where's the arrow? Oh, is that? Yes, okay, it goes this way. Rotated. Look. think you might be right, OJ. You just have to have it like decent speed and just apply some pressure. This is my metal 120 belt. I keep separate belts for wood and metal, but like with cleaning up the spine and the pins and stuff, I use this one. And it still runs through pretty quick. Especially on the wheel. So when you're on the wheel, you have to be careful not to apply too much pressure when you're on the spine because it'll grind away the wood. When it's with the soft backing, it'll grind away the wood a lot faster than the metal, so you'll end up with a raised spine, which can be good, but that's generally not what you want. Just clean that up a little bit. Now I'm gonna flip it and swap back over to the 36 grit belt for doing the for getting like the profile this way, because that's just a lot of material to remove. Yeah. But like when you've got like a clear, solid outline that you can't really grind past that easily, it's not nearly as big of a problem. I can see if you're doing like hidden tang stuff, you'd be a lot more scared. But it doesn't really matter if this is off angle just a little bit because we're going to be rounding this over anyways. So thing with using metal belts on wood is it gets really hot. So you have to kind of cool it down a little bit. Usually I just hold it and let my hand soak up the heat. Oh, it's pretty raw and you don't have to get it wet. There you go. Cool down to hand temperature. Just that. These things are amazing. You need one if you don't have one. There we go. Cleaned up pretty quick. Where'd I put the thing? There it is. Oh, what's up, Kuju? Howdy, Carl. I'm good. I'm working on finishing up a couple of knives here. Just small EDC profiles. Nice. It's in a chest mount, so it's stuck to my chest. Ah. Hello, from Scotland. How's the weather? Rain, rain, and more rain. That's about what I figured. New one or what? Remaking? These are new. They're custom order. It's pretty good. The weather's pretty good. Actually, let me. Now, these are very comfortable, but there's still some sharp corners on the handle, so I'm just gonna just to take the sharp corners off. Oh, there's another thing. But yeah, there's that. There's that. That's how those look. Now, we're going to use the very, very scary buffing machine. Very smooth, very shiny, very comfy. All right. This goes back up here. All right. This is 320. 800. 800. And 1,000 is already on the machine. 800. Come on. Come on. these aren't daggers, so we're only sharpening this edge, not this one, because you see how thick that's the spine, not an edge. I think I gotta use that. There we go. Now that's sharp. The heck? Yeah, there we go. That's nice and sharp. Like that? Oh yeah. Very sharp. Yeah, this is actually very clean compared to what it usually is. Believe it or not. Yes, it is, they are very sharp. Yay. Those are made from, well, not this exact piece, but bearing race, which is from this piece. Just cut off a chunk, forge it out, which is 52-100. That's what the alloy is called. Let's see. What should I do next? Guess I should probably mill this up some more. Well, maybe I leave that as is. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna just sit here and oil these some more, because currently the wood is very, very thirsty and is just soaking in any oil that you put on it. So I'm gonna do that. And you guys can ask questions or whatever you want to do. Or just sit here and watch. Should probably cover those blades with at least something. Yeah, but while we're at it and while we're sitting there, why don't you guys subscribe so you can get notified when I go live with more thrilling content just like this of me sitting in a chair and doing something boring. I think I ran out of tape. Maybe it'll work. Ask me any questions if you problem you in your work. No, it's fine. I don't mind questions. Or you asking like what the flaws are with these? The big flaw is this weird bit. The handle's weird, And the plunges are different on these two. I just taped them up so you can't really see it. But the plunge lines are different, which means I didn't notice it until I was sharpening it. But it just means they're not the same, which is annoying because they're meant to be the same. Those look great. I'm really happy with those, how those came out. What am I putting on multiple times for? As long as the wood keeps soaking up that wax, I'm going to keep putting it on, because the more wax I get in there, the less water moisture is going to be in the wood, and the longer and more durable the handle will be. And also, it makes it look better. Like, this is the raw wood that I made that out of. Like, that's so much better. So I'm just going to keep adding coats until the wood stops taking it. Because each coat I put on makes it more durable and the color nicer to look at. What I really need is a jar of like boiled linseed oil that I could just put these in and let them soak in all the oil they want. But you can't do that, unfortunately. Should buff this. This would look a lot better buffed. What's up, Elsa? Get another coat of oil on this one. I think these ones have about taken what they're going to take. So now I'll wipe off the excess in here, on here. And now, since that cloth is basically saturated with oil at this point, and wax and stuff, let's take a paper towel and get off the last little bit. There you go. How many can I make in one day? Well, these knives are like 3 days of work. But like for the two of these, like I could make these two in 3 days, just because there's like some waiting periods. So like I can forge, grind, and heat treat probably like 5 of these in a standard work day, right? But then the tempering process takes 2 hours. So that's 2 hours for them all to temper. So I can't really wait 2 hours and then still have time left in that day to do more work on them. So I just do that more work the next day. So, and then like doing the handle glue up, getting them glued up, doing the scales and the pins, I can do 5 knives for scales and pins in a day, but then you have to wait for the epoxy to cure. So you can't do what I did today on the glue up day, really. You just wait until the next day, which is what I did. I did put the scale, made the scales and the pins and got them glued up yesterday. And then you can do the finish work, like the handle sculpting and sharpening and stuff in a day easily. So like I could make 5 of these in 3 days, probably 5 or 6 in 3 days. But like I just did 2 in an hour, basically. So like the finish day would be really light, and I could probably finish like 10 knives in a day, do the sculpting and sharpening and stuff. But then like to forge and grind and heat treat 10 knives, that would probably be 2 days. And for like doing the pinups, that would probably be a day and a half. So like I can do 5 in 3 days, but then I can do 10 in like 4.5 days or 5 days. So it doesn't quite scale evenly. And then if I was doing like 20, I'd probably forge them all, then forge them all in 1 day, then grind them all in another day, then heat treat them in a 3rd day, and then the pinups would probably take 2 days, and then the finishing would take like 2 days maybe, you know? So it all depends on like what order you're doing things and stuff like that. So to make 20, it would probably take like a week and a half, 2 weeks of full 8-hour days. No problem. That was a good question. That's the last coat I'll do on this one. This one is one I finished the other day. That's my EDC knife. Figured I'd just buff the handle and toss a coat of oil on there while we're at it. But let's see, this pins. Oh, that's just where it goes. I figured I'd put that back. Put the glue back. Stuff. Okay. Basically just waiting on this. But like, honestly, I thought there was going to be more tape on this thing. Oh well. It was only like up to here. But like, yeah, these are sharp, all right. Oop. Oh yeah. And these are both well and shaving sharp too. All right, I don't think that's taking any more, so now, believe it or not, this cloth was white when I got it. And it's just been that much oil that it is no longer white. Then I'll wipe some oil onto the blade as well, just to make those colors pop. And then wipe the whole thing down with this scrap of paper towel. How many getting this much knowledge? How long have I been working this? I've been forging. Well, let's say it this way. I did my first ever forging like 3.5, 4 years ago. And that was basically just putting a piece of rebar in the fire pit and whacking it with a claw hammer. And then I did some more serious forging with like a fan in the fire pit. And that was cool. And then for my 15th birthday, my parents got me an actual forge, and that's coming up on 3 years ago now. And so that was really the start of it. But I've been interested in blacksmithing and knife making and stuff since like 6th grade. And I've been making knives basically since I was a kid. The first knife, let's see. Nope, not that. This one. It's real rusty. But I made this knife, to bolts and a piece of wood from a garden spade. So you can kind of see that. And then I sharpened it on the concrete garage floor. And I made that when I was like 7 or 8. So, yeah, I've been doing this for a while, but only seriously for a couple years. And I've only been good for like 6, 8 months or so. But yeah. So with that, it's been an hour and a half. I think that's a good note to end on. Thank you all for watching. If you would be so kind as to subscribe, I would really appreciate that. Makes me feel nice and warm and fuzzy inside. Oh, what's up, Jeff? You got here right at the end. Yeah, I just finished these 2 knives. But yeah, that was a live stream for today. And let's see. Yeah, your timing is awesome. Dad used to sit in the garage and make knives all the time and then just Sharpen. Maximum can't ever get knives out sharp. All right, we have some more time. We can talk about sharpening. For sharpening, I use this. This is, I got it on Amazon for like 70 bucks, including all the abrasives and stuff. I have them all hung up on there. And so I just go up abrasives, sharpen up through 1,000 grit, and then either use a buffing wheel or a leather strap belt to take off the burr and stuff. And that, if done properly and with good edge geometry, geometry is king. Like, you see how thin that edge is there on this one. This is a scalpel. That gets you a nice sharp blade. Like, this is real thin and real sharp. So there's three main things. There's edge geometry, which is how thick the material is immediately behind the edge, like right there. So how thick the material is when the edge angle becomes a bevel angle. Then there's the actual edge angle itself, how steep that is. So obviously the shallower, the sharper, and the thinner it is behind the edge, the sharper. And then there's the actual, like, the quality of the edge itself. So how fine the edge is. And that's why you go up through the grits. You don't stop at 120 grit. You go 120, 400, 600, 800, 1,000, and then buff, and that'll get you a really nice shiny edge, which also helps make it sharp. And with those three things together, you can get a blade that is very sharp. Come on. Yeah, real sharp. So yeah, that's sharpening for you. And there's a million ways to achieve that result. One of the most popular and most traditional ones is sharpening stones. I don't have a set of sharpening stones. That's not my skill, so I won't talk about that. But if you have, you can get one of these for real cheap on Amazon. You can get an actual sharpening system, like a true edge system or something like that, which has like little stones and all sorts of fancy edge things. Or if you have a belt grinder, you can just use that and use the belts and like do your sharpening there. But yeah, that's what you're trying to go for. Is if you want really, really sharp, you want not very much material behind the edge, not a lot. You want a shallow edge angle, not like this, more like that. And you want a really high grit finish on your edge. So you don't want to just go like on a grindstone on a grinder. That's not going to be good. I was just explaining how to about a little bit about sharpening. These are both. This is a commission set, so I'm not keeping one. I have this one that I finished the other day, so that's my EDC. Like, I can always make myself one of these if I need it, if I want one. But those came out looking great. And JIJ, I am ending the stream. That's what we're doing. Like 20 people just started commenting as soon as I said I was going to end the stream. I should say I'm going to end the stream more often. Just wondering, what sharp do you have that you were talking about? I have this thing. I got it on Amazon for like a total. This thing was like 50 bucks, and then I got a pack of belts for it for like $10. And these stropping belts. But it works pretty good. So, I mean, but yeah, it's just a cheap Amazon, like, micro baby little belt grinder. But it works. So yeah, I'm going to go inside and actually I'm going to take some nice fancy pictures of those and post them. But yeah, have a good day, everyone. Subscribe if you haven't, notification bell if you haven't. I will see you tomorrow.